Of AF Mind Hack. AF Mind Hack is Andrea Fowler Mind Hack. Mind Hack is what I do as a control practitioner, and I'm going to explain a little bit about the control system for you. I am grateful for you to stop by my website, and I appreciate that very much. Wanted to make sure I tell you that first up and foremost. The thing is, the reason I got involved with the control system is I am also a CODA, which is a Certified Occupational Therapy Assistant. I know it's quite a mouthful. I am also a personal trainer, a group fitness instructor, and a coach for a lot of different things for people. And what I was seeing, I had a lot of people that were making huge changes. However, there was about, I would say maybe it's a 50-50, where people would revert back to maybe their old patterns and behaviors. So I wanted to do a little bit more research. I wanted to see that permanent change for myself and for them, because it was discouraging to me and discouraging to them. And I really didn't like people to feel discouraged. I want them to be encouraged and feel like they have power over their own lives to be able to do the things that they want to be able to do. So I became a control practitioner, because I feel that this was the missing piece that I was needing to be able to give to my clients, my patients, and now my clients for the control system as well, because there's so many things that this can do for you. So in order for me to explain the control system, I need to kind of go back a little bit and explain the mind. The mind that we have a conscious mind and we have the subconscious mind. And with the conscious mind, that's our logical, rational, reasoning part of our mind. And with this is the point of immediate focus. This is the part that is paying attention to me right now. And it's a limited capacity. So maybe you can do 5 things at the same time. And if we need to do something else, we need to get rid of something. On the other side of that, in big contrast, is our subconscious mind. And our subconscious mind can do hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of things all at the same time, outside our conscious awareness. Imagine, I think everyone has driven somewhere and you're there and you don't know how you got there. So you're subconscious because you were thinking about other things. So our subconscious is doing so many things all behind the scenes all the time. The really neat thing about our subconscious mind, this is also our part that is imaginative. It's the creative part of our mind. It is the part of our mind that holds all of our emotions, our patterns, and our beliefs. That's why this part of our mind is particularly important to me as a control practitioner. Because anything that you feel you are doing, you can't stop doing, or you can't start doing, it's because there is a pattern of thought running through your mind that's creating that behavior. And what we need to do is we need to communicate with that part in your subconscious mind and tell it there's something better to do for your happiness. And how we do that through the control system, we also first have to know, how was that created? Well, that was created, so let's go back to when you were about 8 or 9. Before you were 8 or 9, you were purely living subconsciously as far as your thinking processes were going on, because you saw something, you tried it, you lived it, and you learned from it, right? That was creating how we thought of the world, and our perception on the world was our map of reality. How we saw the world and how we thought it worked according to what we have seen and experienced thus far. About that same time, about 8 or 9, we were also creating that logical, conscious part of our minds. And with that came the critical faculty. And what the critical faculty is, sometimes it's called the security guard of our mind. And what that security guard does is it judges anything that's trying to come in to our map of reality for truth. So does it line up with what's already in our map of reality, or is it completely against it? And if it's completely against it, it's going to be rejected as false, which is a good thing for some things. But let's imagine that you were in your kitchen, and you're about 4 or 5 years old, right? You're in the kitchen, and your mom's in the kitchen too. And a spider walks out on the kitchen floor, and your mom screams, and she jumps up on the counter. You're 4 or 5. Who are you learning from? You're learning from your mom or your dad. And you've just learned the proper response to a spider is that spiders are scary, and I need to jump up on the counter and I need to scream. So anytime that you see a spider, you're going to have that fear response. Your pulse rate quickens, you kind of gasp, whatever. You're going to have that, even though in your conscious mind, in your logical mind, you know that that spider is tiny and you could smash it, you could throw it away. It's not going to harm you. But it doesn't matter, because on your map of reality, based on what you've learned, you know the spiders are scary. So, what do we do about that? Is there anything we can do? Yes, there is. Okay, so now that we know the resistance of the security guard is why we cannot make the changes that we want to make. You know, the ones that we really want to make because of our logical mind now as an adult. Maybe the things that we created on our map of reality don't really go with us any longer. They're not a pattern or a behavior that we any longer want. Okay? So, with a control system, we basically induce a state of subconscious dominance. And what that means is, so you have your mind. Let's say your subconscious mind is a circle, right? It's a circle. And let's say there's a square around it. And that square is your conscious mind. And in between the circle and the square, there's a squiggly little line. That squiggly little line is your critical faculty. That's that security guard. That is the normal, when you're walking in your conscious mind, that is what's happening. Okay? Everything's normal. Now, with the control system, we're going to induce that subconscious dominance. So we have your square again, right? Your conscious mind. Your critical faculty is still there, but we're going to bring to the outside of that box, that bigger circle, we're going to bring that subconscious outside so that we can talk directly with your subconscious to make the changes that we need to change. We're going to talk with your subconscious. We're going to find out any of the objections. We're going to give them insights, and we're going to give them reasons why upgrading is for our best happiness. And you know what? They're going to be happy to change. And they're going to be happy to do that for you because they want your happiness. They just didn't know. So, how do we do this? Well, you'll be happy to know how we do this is by doing something that your subconscious mind is incredibly well rehearsed in. We use your imagination. Remember we talked about it's emotional and imaginative? Well, we use its imagination, and we create, there's like 5 or 6 games that we play that we figure out how your mind works, and then we start talking to your subconscious. We know how it wants to talk with us, and then we can make the changes that you want to change. So, also, one thing I want you to know, knowing that the control system that is medically recognized by the CMA, which is the Complementary Medical Association, was key for me. This was very important to me. So, I want to leave you with a quote that we cannot change our problems using the same thinking we use to create them. I hope to hear from you soon. If you have any questions or you would like to have your free consult, I would love to hear from you. Contact me throughout the website. There's plenty of places that you can contact me, and I look forward to hearing from you. Thanks.